We started the ACOC journey back in July of 2021, and the 2017 season ends here today, the 29th of October. Oh, sorry, it's the 3rd. Fuck! Oh, sorry. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship for one final time in the 2017 season. My name is Miran Evji. Maybe I guessed already from that horrible intro. But yeah, we are here for one final time for this 2017 season in Formula One as well, around the Yas Marina circuit, located in Abu Dhabi, off the east coast on the man-made Yas Island circuit. But yeah, it's been quite a journey, it must be said. All the 16 races, all the race winners, all the qualifyings, the ups and downs we had of this league, and it's only its first season, so it's been a very, very great season. And I agree with you, Turtle, it would have been such a good intro. Oh, for Christ's sake, I'm not. that was a complete fail, but whatever. Most important thing is the final race of the season, and yeah. We'll hopefully end this off on a high note. So the Abu Dhabi circuit, obviously first held in 2009, built by Herman Tilke, obviously designed a few other circuits as well, like Sepang and Shanghai, and let me think, what more is designed? Istanbul, and yeah, that's about it. A few more he has, but he's a very well-known designer, both famously and infamously. 60,000 people can be seated here. 5.554 kilometers of this racing circuit, 16 turns, and yeah, we've got a few notable corners. The turn 5 hairpin. First few corners, turn 2, 3, and 4, very flowing and very left-right. We got the chicanes at turn 6 and turn 7. Wait, I'm looking at the old layout. Oh god, this is really not the greatest start. Turn 7 hairpin, turns 8 and 9. We can see Rail Patel onboard with him. He's just approaching the turn 8, 9 chicane at the moment. We got the few final corners. As we see Blake Moore going through it, turns 20 and 21. And then we've got turn 18 and 19 going through the beautiful Yas Marina Hotel. And then we got a few overtaking spots as well. The turns 11 through 14 are very, very good overtaking opportunities on this circuit. And this, as well, is one of the few night races on the ACOC calendar. It's a very, very spectacular circuit as the night sets here. Obviously, we start at sunset and then it slowly transitions into the night. The circuit really, really looks good during the night. But we've had 7 times now. We're having times come in as we speak. Laban Zasnishkai, a 4:33 from the Serbian at the moment. And then it's Alexander Arnold continuing his good streak. Not okay, it's good. A good streak. So everyone is looking to end this off on a high, especially for young Laban Zasnishkai. He's gonna want to end this season on a high to secure seats for 2018. As there, Franco Gamba actually goes faster than Zasnishkai by a tenth of a second at 1:43.2 from Franco Gamba. That is a very good lap time from the Italian, but we're going to see if that can be beat. There's still 15 minutes remaining. There's only 13 people, 14 now, as our world champion Dennis Groff sets his time. But yeah, we're waiting for everyone to set their times at the moment. There's Blake Moore. I think he's stuck behind Alex Arnold, I think that is. Not really sure. But yeah, we're stuck behind there as Mohamed Patel goes fastest now. 3 cars yet to set a lap time. I believe it's... Yeah, there's Suto, and then there goes Jesper Johansson, fastest, a 1:42.7. Tops Mohammed Patel by 4/10 of a second. Johansson is going to be 1-2 and end off the season on a high note as well. He really needs it because, yeah, he doesn't know where he's going to be for 2018. Or he does know, but we don't know where he's going to be for 2018. So he wants to end this off on a high to be able to secure that seat for Mercedes next season. And I think there are a few people as well looking to get that second Mercedes seat. Namely the Force Indias and the Williams and Laban Sasnishka himself. So it's a very lucrative seat, that one. As Ennis Parachki improves up at the P14. But yeah, we've all held 20 times coming. There goes Franco Gamba, and he actually improves. He goes up into provisional pole, Franco Gamba, and this is the second race, the second qualifying in a row where we've seen Force India's challenge for high seats, or high positions, should I say, as Franco Gamba has actually gone fastest. Dennis Graf goes up at the third, and yeah, that is an incredible lap from Franco Gamba. He's beat out Jesper Johansson, incredibly enough. As there goes Mohammed Patel into the pit lane. And Alex Arnold as well. Franco Gamba, our pole man at the moment. That is very, very, very weird to say, but he's on pole at the moment. And yeah, we'll see what he can do. As here's the man in P2 at the moment, Jesper Johansson, robbed of a podium at the final lap at Portimao by Dennis Graf. Oh, that's actually the Williams there of, I think, Blake Moore being a bit aggressive there on Jesper Johansson, blocking him in the last second. That is not the best behavior from the Williams there, and I don't know, we might see something from the stewards, but yeah, we can't be sure at the moment. But here is Alfred Klaus. Not been the greatest season for him either. He's not been performing up to his usual standards. So he's gonna want to try to keep his head down and focus for next season. As here's Jesper Johansson. He's getting ahead of I think that is Blake Moore, or is that Suto? I think it might be Suto actually. As there's Johansson actually, he's getting past Suto, and I think he has gotten past. As yes, it was Suto who blocked Johansson, so I don't know, we might see some reprimands for that later on, but we're not sure yet. So no one, or a lot of people haven't been able to improve at the moment. As here, there is Blake Moore, he comes at the pit lane. And Giulia Cisetti, obviously a season to forget for her. A race ban, the only driver to have picked up a race ban in the ACOC, and just generally a bad season for Toro Rosso in general. So we'll see where they end up for next season. Ennis Parachki currently is P15. He scored some good points in that McLaren Honda. Obviously that, and the McLaren Honda infamously known for being a very, very slow car. So yeah, we're gonna see where he ends up. Mohammed Patel, overall a good season as well for him. Scored 3 wins, 2 back-to-back wins at Austria and Britain, and then 1 in Japan as well. And I think it's been a bit of a season that he wasn't hoping for, Jesper Johansson. He was championship contender. He led the championship in the first 5 races, but then a bit of a slew of unfortunate results just kind of let him down. A bit of a downward spiral, and then after that it was a bit hard for him to compete. As there he lets, I think that's Lewis McIntyre go. I think that's McIntyre at least. Yes it is, he lets McIntyre go. But yeah, Jesper Johansson, not been the greatest season for him, but he's kind of bounced back in these last few races. As there, I think McIntyre is coming into the pit lane, actually. I'm not really sure. It's either him or Johansson, because Johansson's going to want to pit now. Because he's going to be behind the McLaren, so he can't set any times. But what an Abu Dhabi Grand Prix that's going to be if Franco Gamba manages to secure pole for the first time in his ACOC career. But yeah, we've got a few people out on track. I think, what many few people? Everyone's out on track, except Franco Gamba, now Alfred Klaus at the pit lane, and Miran Evji, who's down in P10. Yeah, Evji's really not where he wants to be at the moment. He's out of the points. Evji isn't a guy who has bad performances, but when he does have bad performances, they're not very good. I guess you can say that. The Nürburgring was probably the most infamous example of that. That was an absolute horrible weekend for him. And P10 is not where the Sweden, the Ferrari, wants to be. But yeah, as Courtney Simpson, on the other hand, it's very good qualifying from him. He's going to want to score some points. He's been very unlucky this season. Scored a few. He's scored a lot of P11s, and he's just generally been out of the points. So he's had quite the bad luck this season. And surprisingly enough, Johansson is still behind the McLaren. So McIntyre might be holding him up there a bit. Man in P19 at the moment, as Victor Albom is surprisingly in last place at the moment, the Dane. As I said, yeah, here comes Johansson in the pit lane, but Albom, he had a very, very good beginning to his career as McIntyre goes P13. Great lap from the Brit in the McLaren. Well, what I was going to say was that... what was I going to say? Right. Albom, he had, after being called up to race British GP, was obviously his first ever race, scored points there, and I think it was a pretty overall start to his F1, pretty good overall start to his F1 career. But then it kind of just, that was the best as it got for Victor, and then it just kind of fell down a bit. But we'll see where 2018 takes him. As here is Miran Evji. He's at 1.3 off Franco Gamba there in the first sector. So he's been struggling. Johansson and Graf are into the pit lane, but surprisingly, no one has been able to challenge Franco Gamba with 6 minutes now about 6 minutes remaining. Franco Gamba still sits on pole position, but not bad at all, as Laban Zasnishka goes P3, beats out the world champion Dennis Graf there. As Rahul Patel goes P9. Blake Moore, and oh my, Blake Moore is on pole position, takes provisional pole for Franco Gamba by 0.2 of a second. What a lap from the Brit to take pole position from Franco Gamba. That is certainly a sentence I was not expecting to say today, but Blake Moore has taken pole position by 0.2 of a second. What a lap time from Blake Moore. Bravo. Well, that sees a very, very unusual front row lockout at the moment with 5 minutes to go. Blake Moore and Franco Gamba. That is very, very weird. And then it's Jesper Johansson in second and Laban Zasnishka in P4. But here's the pole man at the moment. And you really have to ask yourself, what on earth is going on at the moment? Because now we have Blake Moore, for the first time ever in his career, is on pole position. And that is a great lap time from Blake. Goes 0.2 fast. I can't believe it. That's what sets it for me. 0.2 of an improvement from Franco Gamba in second place. As Alfred Klaus goes up into P7. It's a very, very unusual qualifying, that's to say the least. With 4 minutes to go, that is certainly a great lap time, as Laban Zasnishka now goes up into P2. So he's only about 5/10, 5/100 of Blake Moore at the moment. So we might see a battle for the win between Moore and this guy. That is really, really weird. But yeah, that was a stellar lap time for Blake Moore, and even if he doesn't get the pole, it will still be a very, very good lap time from him. Jesper Johansson's going to start his lap. He's stuck behind, I believe that's Victor Albom in the Haas. Those two are very good friends as well. But yeah, Blake Moore, what an end to the season this is going to be for him. We're going to see his sector time. He's actually surprisingly only 2/10 off. So Moore is really on the pace today, and it's evident. So we'll see what happens as Wojtek Kulasek goes up at the P11, beats out Miran Evji, who's down in P12 at the moment. So it's a horrible qualifying from Miran Evji. He's out of the points even. So yeah, we'll see. As here is Josef Fredrik Suto. He's stuck behind Ruslan Protsic, I think that is. But we're seeing an unusual qualifying. A Williams on pole and a Williams in last place is really something I would not have expected. But Suto, does he have damage or something? He seems really slow. He's set at 145.2, which is 3/10 off Andrew Glock in P19. So Suto is showing evident signs of struggling. As Jesper Johansson can't improve either. On his sector 2 time, he's stuck behind Victor Albom there. So yeah, it's hard there for Jesper. He's been dealing with traffic the entire quali, so he's had a bit of issues. As there goes Dennis Graf up into the front row. 4/100 of a second splits him and Blake Moore, but no one seems to be challenging Blake Moore, as everyone is just here. Everyone's just kind of stuck behind the Sauber there. As here's Lewis McIntyre, you can see there he's behind Andrew Glock, I think that is, and then a few cars behind him as well. But 2 minutes now remain in qualifying. Moore is not going to set a lap time, I think. Neither will Chosetti and Ennis Partskis. Did the Haas go wide there? I think he did. And yeah, there is Suto. He's actually going to try the move on the inside. That was a pretty opportunistic move from Josef Fredrik Suto, the Slovakian. As no, they're actually still side by side. Wow. As Suto is ahead. Yeah, he is. And Johansson, oh, the poor guy, he's still stuck behind the Haas there as they head down the back straight. But yeah, 1 minute remains now in qualifying. Moore cannot set a lap time. Suto improves, but he's only to P18. There's Mohamed Patel, and that is Balin Jolga. He's trying to get the passes. He lines up alongside the Hungarian, and I think he's going to be able to get this. We're going to see if he can get the move done into the braking zone now and through the chicanes. And yeah, Mohammed is through. And I think for Patel as well, it's been a very good season. And Mohammed, he's definitely going to want to be challenging for the title once again in 2018. We're going to see where that takes him. Klaus is a bit slow in sector 1 there. 9/10 off. Jesper Johansson, it's not going to be an improvement for him. And no, it isn't, but he's going to have time to set another lap, or don't know if it'll be as fast enough. But Moore and Graf are into the pit lane, so they won't be able to challenge for pole. So we're going to see who gets it. Patel can't improve. There's Alfred Klaus, who's getting past Ruslan Protsic, that is, into the same corner as his teammate Patel got past Jolgaz. He gets past there. Here's Rail Patel. It's going to be a good qualifying from him as well. We can see Alfred Klaus's sector 2 time, and he's 1.5 off, so he won't be able to challenge for pole. The checker flag is out. There's a car that's going to cross the line now. I don't know who that is, but you can see it on the minimap as he's going to cross the line, and there was no improvement. But we're waiting for 13 cars. There's a gang of cars. I think McIntyre's there as well, in that gang of cars that's going through the final corner now. As yes, there's a Sauber, there's McIntyre as well. We're going to see as everyone's times will be as they cross the line. Suto improves, he's up into P12, just beats out Miran Evji. There was a Red Bull there behind as well. I think that was Alfred Klaus. but Klaus could not improve, as yes, it was Klaus. Labas Nishka is on a lap, I think. If we could check that. Yes, he does. He crosses the line, but it's not the pole for Labas Nishka. It's just 2,000ths of Dennis Graf. Is Jesper Johansson on a lap, maybe? I think he might be. Yes, he is. We're going to watch the Swede as he heads through the final few corners now, through turn 20 and turn 21. Will it be the pole for Jesper Johansson, or will it be the pole for Blake Moore for the first time in his career? We're going to see Johansson is across the line. Johansson goes on pole, beats out Blake Moore by 0.4 of a second. And that is, I think, that is the pole for Jesper Johansson. Beats out Blake Moore by 0.4 of a second. Incredible lap from the Swede, but you have to give him a round of applause to Blake Moore as well. That was incredible. Incredible lap for him in the Williams, which is something you have to take into account. Wojtek Kulasek is the final car to cross the line, and the Super Swede is back. Jesper Johansson is on pole for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in the final time for 2017. And let's round you through the grid then. It's Jesper Johansson, the Super Swede, is all in pole position, and Blake Moore, what a lap time from him to round out the front row of the grid. World champion Dennis Graf is third on the second row, and alongside him is Labas Nishka. Then it is Franco Gamba, good quality from him as well. Then it's Alfred Klaus. Then it's the two Patels, Mohammed and Rahul Patel, P7 and P8 respectively. Courtney Simpson, good qualifying from him as well. Then it's Alex Arnold in P10, followed by Wojtek Kulasek in P11. Josef Fredrik Suto in P12. Miran Evji, very, very poor qualifying from him in P13. As opposed to Balin Jolgas had a very good qualifying in P14. Victor Albon starts P15 and Lewis McIntyre is P16. Ruslan Protsig is P17. Juliet Chisetti is P18 and Isparchi P19. And rounding out the final grid slot is Andrew Glock. So, the final race of the season. It's been an exciting few months, but the 2017 ACOC comes to the season. It comes to a close as we are underway for the one final time in the ACOC, and I think it's a good start for everyone. But Jesper Johansson is going to have to cover up Blake Moore on the inside there. Can he lead? Who's going to lead into turn one? Moore is going to be on the inside. He's going to challenge, but he's not at the greatest line for that. So Johansson leads the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for the first time in a very, very long while. Moore is second. Graf is third. Oh, and that's Alfred Klaus. And Alfred Klaus and Alex Arnold as well have come together at turn 2, and both are off. And I think Andrew Glock's involved there as well. Mohammed Patel, and I think Miran Evji as well. So this seems to be a multiple car lineup. As there on the outside is Balint Jolga, and Patel is damaged. Mohammed Patel is damaged, so I think he's gonna come to a stall eventually. As there is Jolga and McIntyre side by side for points. So it's going to be McIntyre on the inside. There's Miran Evji. He's getting past Enis Parachki. But there's Jolga on the inside. He's going to be the outside now. But I don't think he can defend from there as McIntyre's up at the P9. But we see an incredible gap. No, Jolga is actually going to come back at him as there's Parachki challenging Miran Evji. But Evji's going to come back at him as well. There's Mohammed Patel driving very, very slowly. And I think... there's Victor Albon trying to get past McIntyre, being forced wide by the Brit, and once again as well, McIntyre trying to hold off to the points, and that's allowed Wojtek Kulasek to have a look on Victor Albon as well, but Albon's going to defend on the inside. No, Kulasek's going to come back at him, gets the cutback on the Dane, and he's up into P11. Wojtek, what an opportunity move from a Czech driver. That was a very good move from Kulasek, but due to the pileup that happened, Suto, look at the damage on Suto's car. That is an incredible amount of damage, but I think we might have a repeat of Baku and Hungary, unfortunately, as oh no, it's even worse. It's a repeat of the Okay, this is... So, Turtle, our host, I would like to request a red flag. If we could restart the session, actually. So, yeah, a bit of shenanigans there, but we'll just say a red flag happened because that's a bit dumb. So, yeah, if we could just restart the session. So, we're gonna get ready for the restart once again in the ACOC. So, yeah, red flag to the session, but we're gonna be on our way racing again for the final time. Jesper Johansson on pole and Blake Moore in second. And we're underway for once again in the ACOC, and Johansson still leads once again. Very, very good start for him. I don't think Moore's going to be able to challenge. FG's already up at the P13 there in the background. You can see there, they're 3 wide actually. As Johansson lead, Dennis Groff has been able to get Blake Moore into turn 1 actually. So Dennis Groff is now P2. Franco Gamba has gone up at the P4. Laban Sasnishka, poor start for him. As there's Joseph Frederick Suto off, and I think he's collided with one of the back markers there, but I think that might be an end to Suto's race, and yes it is, he's retired. Alex Arnold's up at the P8, but Jesper Johansson leads. It was a great start from the Swede. And Lavan Sasnishka, there he is, he's actually going to go on Franco Gamba, I think. There's Miran Evgi, under pressure from Giulia Cisetti. Surprisingly enough, and Giusetti's actually going to try it on the inside, but FG with the superior car gets ahead for P12. That's the Laban Sasnishka. They're ahead, going on Franco Gamba. The young Serbian's going to be on the outside, but can he get the move done? It's going to be on the inside now through these chicanes, and Laban Sasnishka is up in the P4. Nice move from the Serbian, as there's Miran Evgi being overtaken by Votokulic. There's Alfred Klaus. Alfred Klaus has gone off, and he doesn't seem to be getting the car back, or might have been a mechanical issue maybe, because he seems to have stalled at least. But whatever happens, Alfred Klaus is out once again. Mohamed Patel's up at the P5. Laban Sasnishka, in accordance, seems to have, I think Laban Sasnishka and Alfred Klaus collided. So that sees Sasnishka down to P6, and Patel and Gamba got passed. Now as we are on lap 2 of 27, Johansson leads from Groff by a second. And Blake Moore is third. It's going to be another podium for Blake Moore in the ACOC. There's Mohamed Patel in P5, and Courtney Simpson in P9. You can see there, I think up ahead is Laban Sasnishka. He's closing in on Mohamed Patel with that Mercedes engine. Can he close in? I don't think he can. He did get a better exit, but I don't think he's going to be able to make a move just yet, Sasnishka. But yes, everyone leads. I think more 5/10. Oh, I think he's made a mistake actually. You can see there, went from 5/10 to 8/10. So Moore seems to have maybe had a bit of a lockup or something. But either way, he's lost time to Groff. I think Groff's made a mistake there, and he's actually very slow. But Moore has to brake in order to not go in the back of Dennis. He's getting very, very close there. As there in P7, there's a move. There's Rail Patel, getting past Alex Arnold for P7. And it's going to be a good result for Rail Patel as well. He's going to be a P7, so it's going to be a very, very good result for Rahul. That's to be said. But Moore got very close to Groff there. As here's Ennis Parashki, he's getting close to Andrew Glock. Franco Gambas is the fastest lap as we approach lap 3 out of 27. There's a bit of a train forming behind Andrew Glock, so the two McLarens are caught up there. Parashki and McIntyre. So we're going to see who will get out there soon enough, as Miran Evgi is P11. So it's been a very unfortunate race. There's McIntyre. He's going to pass his teammate Ennis Parashki for P16. We missed that move, but I think it was a very, very good move as he got done into turn 2. I think they're losing time. We're going to see Blake Moore I think he's close the gap to Dennis Groff. You can see he's all over the back of that Ferrari. But what a race it's been for Blake Moore. He's really on the pace of the circuit. And I think he's definitely on course to score a podium here. But yeah, we're going to see as they head down the straight. Moore's not able to close the gap down. As I think FG is catching to Kulasek in P11. Yes, there is. He's going to go for the move. And will it get this done on the inside? The Ferrari driver into turn 11 they go. FG's going to be on the outside. And I think there's Blake Moore. I think he's going to go for the move. On Dennis Groff. Yes, he is. Into turn 17. We got a very nice shot there. Into turn 12. And Moore is through. Blake Moore has just made the move on Dennis Groff. But no, is it over yet? And I think it is. What a move from Blake Moore. As there's Gamba. He actually almost tried it on Groff as well. Groff got caught napping there a bit. And Blake Moore is up into P2. He's just overtaken Dennis Groff for P3, and what a move from the Brit. He's Blake Moore up into P2, and yeah, that was great stuff from Blake Moore. But I think Groff is struggling a bit as he has lost time. But you can see with Groff and Moore dueling, the gap is now 3.7 to Johansson. So I think whatever happens, Jesper is going to have the win in the bag, and it's going to be a very nice way for Johansson to end off the season. As here's Laban Sosnishka, his efforts to catch up to Cattell were unsuccessful. But yeah. Here's Ennis Prachke in P17 as well. He lost out to his teammate Lewis McIntyre. But you can see there the gap is very big between Andrew Glock and Victor Albom, especially after that first, I think it was collision on lap 1 obviously, and I think that set apart a few drivers. FG tried to move on Kulasek, but he couldn't get past, so he's still behind Kulasek, I believe. But there is Giulia Cisetti. She's under pressure from Victor Albom. There's, I think, Franco Gamba has gone past Dennis Groff. Yes, he has! Franco Gamba is up into the podium positions, and it's currently a Mercedes-powered podium. And that's Alex Arnold! Alex Arnold's been spun around by Courtney. Oh, that is Giulia Cisetti going flying almost. And we've had a very massive pile-up. Multiple cars are involved, and that is a lot of cars involved. Everyone seems to get past once again, but that is Giulia Cisetti, and that is a massive crash. But I think everyone's gotten past once again, and I think, will we have another red flag? I think we might be able to continue actually. But yes, we will have a. I think it's better if we continue actually. Okay. Okay, we will try, but we could try having one final race restart, I guess, and then if that doesn't work, we'll what was I gonna say? We'll not restart the session. We'll just try. We'll have a okay. So we will have a restart to the session. Yeah, so we'll have 10 minutes. So
we need to have a look at the the leaderboard before the crash. I'm ahead of holy
Giuseppe went fucking flying. Jesus.
Okay. This is definitely my reaction when I got past Groff.
I can't believe it!
Dude,
Back in P2 again, boys. I think what we should do is we should have let me check what lap we were on. So
We're on lap 5. Well, let's do half distance.
let's do 15 laps, I guess. Let's see. Yeah.
Johansson.
More. And
Then it was more. No, it was Gamba P3. I think it was Graf.
yeah, Graph. Okay, no, don't worry, I got you covered. Let me.
Yeah, P5 is.
P5 is Rahul Patel,
No, it was Mohammed.
Mohammed. Sorry.
Was he?
We have
No, there's two. No. It was
so Mohammed Laban's just this guy.
Mohammed. Yeah, Mohammed Patel, P5. Next one is Sasnishkai.
6.
Yep.
Rahul Patel's in P7.
Just do the preset. Do you not have it? You spelled Johansson wrong. It's 1 N and 2 S. I don't think we need to do the nationalities. They get over it, and anyways.
So the Reynolds is the.
Do you have the ballast? Okay.
So the Renault.
Yeah, Williams and Force India is 25. Force India Gamba.
Oh, it's just this guy.
It's with a U, I think. Yeah. Z. No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just type it out as like the normal English. Yep. And then P7 was. Yes, P7 was Rahul.
There's Courtney Simpson in P8. There's Corsa in P9. Mirren FC in P10.
Dude, I need to see a replay of that fucking.
It's just the album and Andrew Glock and Alexander Arnold. No, I think no, it's album and Glock. It's album Glock, Arnold and Sesti.
Oh no! Wait, Turtle, you forgot to mute me on the stream. They can still hear me.
Oh my god!
No, nothing happened. Nothing happened, guys. And we are back for the ACOC. We're already in for lights out, so we're just gonna get this through and lights out, and away we go for the third time here at the ACOC. Johansson leads into turn 1, but I think Moore's gonna challenge there into turn 1. So yes, he has, as they go side by side through turn 1. Bit of contact, I think I saw there, but Johansson had the upper advantage there. And I think he does lead. Yes, Johansson leads us. Oh, and I think there's someone off there, and there's someone veering off into the left. That seems like Mohamed Patel and Labas Nishkai, crucially, are both off. And what has become a race plagued with incidents becomes even more plagued as both Patel and Zasnishkai are off. And that is going to see both of them out of the points. And that's crucial for Laban Zasnishkai because he's going to be fighting for that Mercedes seat. And crucially other seats as well. As there's Courtney Simpson, he's going to try to get Enis Paratsky there. These are all fighting for points. Obviously, we're only with 10 runners. There's it's going to be Paratsky on the inside, Simpson on the outside. Who's going to get this? As it's going to be Simpson on the inside, and he has it. And what a move, but I think the two McLarens are going to have the overspeed on Simpson. I think they're almost going to make it 3 wide there in the background. There's Franco Gamba. He's going to go on Dennis Groff on the inside. Can he get it? Yes, he can. Franco Gamba's up at the P3. There's Enis Paratsky. He's still dealing with Courtney Simpson. As Lewis McIntyre follows closely by, there's Rail Patel. Dennis Groff is looking really slow, and I think Patel's going to try to challenge Dennis Groff. And his teammate Vojta Kulasek looks to get involved there as well. It's a Renault and Ferrari sandwich, as Groff is defending for his life from the two Renaults, but he has Miran Evci as rear gunner there. So we're gonna see how this is gonna unfold, and it's getting even spicier as Courtney Simpson is getting involved there as well. Half of the grid eliminated, but we're seeing incredible racing. Maybe we should just run 1 car per team. But Jesper Johansson leads. This is gonna be controversial circumstances, but it doesn't matter for Johansson because he's gonna win either way. But if we have another big crash, then we will have a red flag, and the session will not be restarted, unfortunately. But Dennis Groff seems to have lost time to Frank Gamba, so Groff is struggling, and Rahul Patel behind. I'm so used to thinking it's Mohammed Patel behind, but it's Patel. Mohammed's obviously not here, he's DNF'd. So it's Rahul Patel in P5 at the moment. As here is the race leader, Jesper Johansson, the super Swede. It's going to be a delight for him to finish the season like this. Another win in the back. He hasn't won since, I believe, the Nürburgring. Since race 4. It's been 12 races without a win for Jesper Johansson. And what a delight that's going to be for him. As I think Franco Gamba is actually catching Blake Morris. There's Rail Patel. He's gone past Dennis Groff. And Courtney Simpson has gone past Miran Evci. Somehow, in the Toro Rosso, Courtney Simpson, what a drive from him as well. But Mohammed Patel, Rail Patel is up into P4. Jesper Johansson sets the fastest lap. The Super Swede has still got it. As Rahul Patel sets the fastest lap now. Lewis McIntyre got past his teammate Enis Paratsky for what is P9. Whatever happens, McLaren are going to score double points this race. And Courtney Simpson a P7. What a result that's going to be for him as well. He's going to finally break the streak of no points. And Blake Moore a P2. That's going to be incredible for him. But we got about 20 laps of racing still to go. We obviously raced 4 laps. So 4 laps get subtracted from the official race distance. But I think FG is closing in on Simpson, but Simpson is closing in on Kulasek as well. There's Lewis McIntyre. But here's Dennis Groff, a bit of a train forming behind him, so Groff is struggling. But it doesn't really matter for Dennis Groff because he's already world champion, so he can just take this race a bit chill. Blake Moore Here he is in P2. 2.5 is the gap between him and Jesper Johansson. You can see there he's a bit of under pressure from Franco Gamba. So this might be the battle for that second Mercedes seat. Who knows? Dennis Groff is P5. And yeah, we might see who gets the seats anyways. As the gap seems to stay around 5/10 at the moment, as Rail Patel sets yet another fastest lap. So great lap from Rahul once again, 1:44.9. As on board with Dennis Groff, you can see faintly the Renault of Kulasek there. Here is Franco Gamba, still trying to close down the gap on Blake Moore, but so is Rail Patel. So it's anyone's game currently to secure their I was gonna say first podium, but Moore obviously already has a podium. So it's really Moore, Gamba, and Patel at the moment to secure podiums. And I think Groff is just kind of taking a chill with this race at the moment. But Moore obviously doesn't seem to be catching up to Johansson. He's the star of the show today. He's gonna have led every lap, and you can see there on the track minimap how big of a lead he has. Here's Miran Evji. The Ferraris, this doesn't seem to be the greatest track for the Ferraris. There's Franco Gamba. Oh, as he comes together with Blake Moore. Might there be damage? But I don't know. They're going to go side by side now. And I think this is going to be for P3. We're seeing incredible racing. Moore's going to force Gamba wide onto the final corner. Final two corners, should I say. And I think Moore has gotten that. Yes, he has. So Moore's back up with the P2. But with this dueling, that has allowed Dennis Groff. Dennis Groff's actually under pressure from Wojtek Kulasek. Surprisingly enough, so Groff is struggling. So is Miran Evji. So the Ferrari does really not seem to be suited to this track. As Courtney Simpson has gone past Wojtek Kulasek, we're seeing some very odd drivers emerge as the front runners. As there's a battle between Kulasek and Simpson now. I think Simpson got ahead of Kulasek trying to while he tried to overtake Dennis Groff. But Franco Gamba is still going to try to get past Blake Moore for P2, as I think you can see. What a train that is between Blake Moore, but that's going to be a bit of controversy because now Franco might have damage, and Mohammed Patel, I keep saying Mohammed Patel, sorry Rahul Patel is closing in on Franco Gamba, but Franco Gamba is also closing in on Blake Moore. So I think anyone, and I mean anyone, look how close everyone is. It's anyone's game to secure the podium position. I think Evji is going to try a move. No, he isn't. As a bit of smoke there coming out. Actually, I think he locked up there. But it was good that Evji was able to not be able to go back into the back of Wojtek Kulasek. But I think Franco Gamba has a tiny bit of front wing damage. Nothing observable on the TV cameras, but yeah. As here's Wojtek Kulasek. There is Miran Evji. He's going to try the move round the outside of the Czech driver. And I think he's been forced wide by Kulasek. I didn't quite catch that, but he did lose time. So he still remains P8. But Courtney Simpson, what a result. It's going to be from P6. That's going to be great for the Jamaican driver. As Dennis Groff is closing into Rail Patel now. We're seeing a very, very exciting Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Everyone's dueling with each other. It's a bit chaotic here, actually. Well, Jesper Johansson comfortably leads 7.7 seconds. What a dominant drive it's going to be from Jesper Johansson. He's kept his nose clean and everything. There's Rail Patel. He's challenging Franco Gamba. They're going to go side by side down the back straight. Who's going to get this? This is for the podium. Both are going to fight for the first podium. I think Franco's got the better run on him. We're going to see into the braking zone. Who's going to brake later? It's going to be Gamba on the outside. Rail's on the inside. Rail brakes later. And I think he's got it. Oh, tiny bit of contact there. but I think Franco's gonna line up, and what a run he got on Rail Patel, and he did that very, very excellently, and he calculated that it's a smart move from Franco Gamba. Intentionally went wide so he could get the better exit there out of the corner, and now I'm running out of words. Went wide so he could get the better traction and the better grip. There's Dennis Groff. He's gonna try to overtake Rail Patel, and he does that beautifully. Dennis Groff is up into P4, but I think Rail might be able to have a bit of a look there on him. No, he isn't, but what an exciting Grand Prix we're having, really. When I was coming into this race, I wasn't expecting much, judging from what results we had in Formula 2, but you can see how close everyone is. It's almost not a car-based hunt anymore. It's just all up to the driver now and their senses on how to on winning and losing. But you can see how triumphant Johansson is. I said that gap was 7.6 a while ago. It's up to 9 seconds now. So yeah, I think Johansson has his win in the bag, that's to say the least. But Gamba has fallen back a bit from Blake Moore. 1.1 is the gap between Moore and Gamba at the moment. There's Lewis McIntyre. He's 5/10 off Miran Evji. But yeah, no moves at the moment. Courtney Simpson, what a way to end off the season is going to be for him. P6. It's going to be great for him. Same for Rail Patel as well. P5. That's going to be a very, very nice thing for him. Lewis McIntyre and Enis Parachki both are going to score points. So it will be a double points result for McLaren. But you can see there ahead, Groff is losing a bit of time, but Gamba has closed the gap on Blake Moore. So Gamba still might be able to make the move. You can see as they head through there, I think that's turns, yeah, this is turn 15 and 16, if I remember correctly. I'm not very good at these corners. I don't know this track very well. But yeah, no one's kind of been able to make a move yet, but Gamba looks incredibly quick in Sector 3. But I think Moore prevails in the slow speed corner, so that's why he's able to build up the gap again through Sector 2. So all what Franco Gamba has to hope for is for Blake Moore to make a mistake, so that Gamba can get past for P3. But they don't want to forget about the world champ himself, Dennis Groff. You can see he's sporting that number 1 today. Obviously, he got special permission to run the number 1, so he'll be sporting that with pride. But I don't think anyone's close enough to try a move yet, as we approach lap 8 of 23. Gap to the leader is 11.3. Whatever Moore does, he can't catch up to Johansson. It's just a dominant drive from Jesper, but then again, Moore is in a lesser performing car, so it kind of makes sense. But yeah, now as we approach Sector 3, we're gonna see if Gamba can catch up. So hold. So look at the timing between people. That gap is about 6/10 now, but I think yeah, it kind of remains that way. Closest gap right now is FG to Kolasek, so there might be a move there soon. Groff has actually caught up to Franco Gamba, so we might see a move there for P3. But Rahul Patel is closely by, so is Courtney Simpson, so is Wojtek Kolasek, so is Miran Evji. Anyone could, I mean, you see how close everyone is coming down the main start-finish straight now. So it's anyone from the top 3 to, I think, anyone in the top 6. I think even Courtney Simpson could be in the fight for the podium positions here, but we don't know yet. As Graf, look at that, from the front wing camera, he's all over the back of Franco Gamba, but I think he got a bit, had to react accordingly to Gamba. He had a bit of an awful line through there, so yeah, Gamba just kind of went a bit weirdly there, and Graf had to react accordingly as there. He's able to close the gap a bit, brakes later, but he's going to get the better exit. Braking late does not necessarily mean the better exit. And to answer your question, Zombie, oh no, never mind, not yet, because there's Wojtek Kulasek is going to go on Courtney Simpson for P6. This is Simpson's going to be on the outside, which is now the inside, and I think Simpson's been able to defend. Yes, he has. But what a drive this is going to be from Courtney as well. It's really going to be good, but Kulasek's lost out. There's Miran Evji going up to P7, and Lewis McIntyre is going to have a look on the inside as well. And what a move from Lewis McIntyre. But the battle is still not over yet. Wojtek Kulasek actually has been able to reclaim the position from McIntyre, so great battling between the two. But Kulasek's in a bit of a McLaren sandwich now, as I think there's Enis Parachki. Enis Parachki has actually got ahead of McIntyre for P9. So McIntyre's down to P10, which is weirdly enough the final spot at the moment. And Zombie asked, is there only 10 cars now? Yes. 12 cars started, I think 13 cars, no, 12, yeah. 12 cars started the race. Sasnishkai and Patel DNF'd on the first lap. And with Patel, I mean Mohammed Patel, because there in P5 is Rahul Patel, and he's actually closing in on Dennis Graf, and as I said, the gap has actually increased a bit. We are now on lap 10 of 23. Jesper Johansson leads by 13 seconds. And Blake Moore is P2 for another very good result. And it's going to be Franco Gamba in P3 as well. But is it going to be Franco Gamba in P3? No, because Dennis Graf might have something to say about that, as he's going to line up alongside Franco Gamba for on the inside. Can he get this done? The world champion is going to try to reclaim that position, podium position. No, he hasn't. And he's actually done the opposite. He's lost time to Dennis Graf, Franco Gamba, but I think he might be able to try the move once again, as Miran Evji is actually closed in on Courtney Simpson now. We're gonna see if Evji can make the move up to P6, but yeah, what an unusual podium this is gonna be. Johansson, Moore and Gamba. That is certainly not something I was expecting today. But Lewis McIntyre still remains behind his teammate, and Wojtek Kulasek is at the fastest lap. This is really a weird race, as Gamba does not seem to be able to close the gap on Blake Moore at the moment. It's kind of the opposite actually. He's fading away from Blake Moore a bit, but Dennis Graf is only closing and closing. He's getting further and further. Further, so stupid. He's only getting closer and closer to Franco Gamba. He's not gonna be able to make a move on the straight. I don't think anyone is, but maybe Courtney Simpson actually is gonna have a look on Rahul Patel. No, he isn't. Or actually, yes, he has. But he wasn't able. I think he was too far away to make a move. But he's gonna have the better straight line advantage now. Courtney Simpson is going to line up alongside Rahul Patel. This is for P5. Can Simpson make it on the inside? We're going to see if he can. And no, he hasn't. And that's actually allowed Miran Evji to have a look. And Miran Evji is going to slip past. And maybe even Wojtek Kulasek. And oh, it's horrible for Courtney Simpson. He's lost 2 positions in only the span of a few corners. That says Rahul Patel remains in P5. But Miran Evji up into P6. And Wojtek Kulasek up into P7. And yeah, that was unfortunate for Simpson. He was driving a pretty good race before that. But yeah, we still see a lot of overtakes. The Abu Dhabi circuit is surprising and providing a great spectacle for us viewers to see. But yeah, there's the two McLarens in the back. You can see there. As there is, speaking of the two McLarens, there's Lewis McIntyre. Actually tried to move on Ennis Production, but couldn't get that done. Yeah, it's McIntyre remains P10, but he's very close by Ennis Paratsky, as Blake Moore is still P2, but Franco Gambas needs to close the gap by 4/10, but I don't think he's going to be able to make a move just yet, because he's still got Dennis Groff behind him. McIntyre's lost time to teammate Paratsky, so we're going to see who will prevail in the battle of the McLarens. Here is Rahul Patel. The P5 is going to sit very nicely with him, I'm sure. As he is closing in a bit on Dennis Groff, actually, but he's not close enough to make a move just yet. Or is he actually? He's going to try it on the outside, but that's not going to work. He's just too far away, but yeah, as they head through turns 12 and 13 now, through the hotel, and I think, yeah, Patel is not close enough to make a move on Dennis Groff yet. That is really not a sentence I was expecting to say tonight. But yeah, you can see how close everyone is. Patel is just kind of in a Ferrari sandwich now. So we'll see if Patel can prevail. But yeah, other than that, I think things are calmed down. We have 10 laps remaining. Johansson's built up the gap to 16.2 seconds now. It's increasing as we speak. Look at that, it's increasing by 1/10 every time that goes up. That is serious consistency from Jesper Johansson. He's getting faster and faster every lap. I think, however, Dennis Groff has closed the gap a bit on Franco Gamba and Master Gamba, but he's not close enough to make a move. But you can see there Gamba getting a bit closer to Moore, but not close enough to make a move. Same goes for Dennis Groff. But the closest gap at the moment is Kulasek and Evgy. So Kulasek wants to get that P6 back from Miran Evgy, but we're gonna see if he can get that back. It's from lap 13. Still in lap 13 with 23. You can see it on our track map. Johansson coming around the final corner as we've just heading through the hotel, and not even barely. But Johansson's gonna cross the line now to start lap 14. So he's just kind of in a race of his own at the moment, just clocking in lap after lap. So he just wants to bring it home at the moment. I think even if he spins or crashes, he's still gonna have the lead. That's how dominant he is. But we haven't seen many dominating performances in these years. It's been relatively close. I think the only example I can think of is probably the British Grand Prix, where Mohammed Patel dominated, won by 20 seconds. I think Johansson might be able to eclipse that. So yeah, it's good that Johansson is back on form. As Ennis Paratsky is closing in on Courtney Simpson now, but I don't think he's going to be able to line up a move just yet. I have to go through the turn 7 hairpin. You can see there as everyone just kind of follows suit. Everyone just following in their slipstream, but no one's been able to get the advantage just yet. McIntyre is still trying to close in on his McLaren teammate. Whatever they do, they'll finish in the points. So yeah, as there's actually Dennis Groff, there's Mohammed Patel. He's lining up alongside Dennis Groff, and he's actually going to attempt a move on the world champion. Can he do it as they head into the corner now through the chicanes? And he actually has Rahul Patel. Patel's now up into P4, and there's Wojtek Kulasek is going to try and attempt a move on Miran Evgy, but is that going to really work? No, because Evgy is going to try and attempt a move on Dennis Groff, but that didn't work out for him either. So look how close everyone is now. As Mohammed, I Rail Patel is up at P4. He's taking a position with Dennis Groff. But he's now got the 2 Ferraris to worry about. So we're going to see if they can do anything. But it's going to be a very, very good result for the British driver in P4. As you can see how close the 2 McLarens are, but yet again, McIntyre not able to make a move. And I mean, if he doesn't make a move, he still scores points anyway. So yeah. This Rahul Patel is actually somehow closed the gap on Franco Gamba already, which is really strange. But I mean, yeah, this is incredible, an incredible run of form from Rahul Patel. So here's Wojtek Kulasek. He's caught up to Miran Evji a bit, but he's not close enough to make a move. I think, yeah, around 3-3/10 is where you make a move. So people just kind of aren't close enough yet to strike. But everyone is still following closely suit, except well, one certain Jesper Johansson, who is leading by 19 seconds. So yeah. Yeah, here's Dennis Groff. He's actually closed the gap on Mohammed Patel. Sorry, Rahul Patel. Sorry. Yeah, he's closed the gap on Rahul Patel. Yeah, Patel seems to have faded a bit from Franco Gamba, so that's allowed Dennis Groff to catch up. So he might be wanting to reclaim that P4. So we'll see what happens. But you can see, yeah, I think the gaps are increasing a bit. Groff 8/10 behind Patel now, so the gap has increased. But FG is actually caught up to his Ferrari teammate Dennis Groff. But I don't think he's going to be able to make a move yet, as no, he isn't. We don't see a lot of moves down this straight. Everyone's kind of neat and tidy there through the what's it called, the hairpin, right? Yeah. As Courtney Simpson has closed on Wojtek Kulasek, but do not believe there's going to be a move there just yet. I think we saw a bit of a mistake there from Franco Gamba, and yes, we have. Yes, we definitely have. As there's Rahul Patel. He's going to try to get the podium position. Is he going to get it though? He has the overlap of Franco Gamba, and I think he's actually got it done. Franco Gamba's going to be on the inside, and oh, they make contact actually. And there's Rahul Patel. He's up into P3. And that sees the Renault driver up into the podium positions. Gamba's gone wide. There's Groff is going to seize the opportunity. And they're going to go round the outside. And can he get it done on Gamba? What a aerial view coming into play here. We can really see that as Gamba backs off. Dennis Groff's up at the P4. But Groff's gone a bit wide there. And he's not been able to make the move. But Rahul Patel is up into P3. So he's going to score his first podium. It's unfortunate for it's unfortunate for Dennis Groff. No, unfortunate for Dennis Groff, sorry. Unfortunate for Franco Gamba, as he's down to P5 now. But I keep saying Mohammed. Rahul Patel is up into the 3rd place, and he's gonna score his first podium of the ACOC, and what a way it's gonna be for him to cap off the season. Lewis McIntyre, on the other hand, he's caught up to Enis Paratsky a bit, but yeah, surprisingly not enough to make a move yet. Patel doesn't seem to be catching Blake Moore, so I think the battle for P2, I think Moore might have P2 secured for now, but we'll see. As Courtney Simpson's actually closing in a bit on Wojtek Kulasek. Can he make a move? No, he can't. As he gets very close, actually, Lyons gets a bit alongside him, but still not enough to make a move. Simpson might actually try once again. We're gonna see, as I think he has a bit of overspeed on him. Yes, he has. Here goes Simpson on Kulasek. Jamaican versus Czech driver. Simpson's gonna dive down the inside. Can he get it? I don't think he will. As yes, there goes Kulasek, and there goes actually Enes Parachki as well. But Simpson's gonna Parachki. He's held him at bay for now. But I think no, Parachki's gonna actually side by side with Simpson. Simpson's managed to hold Parachki off, but that's allowed Lewis McIntyre to close into Enes Parachki. But Simpson remains P8. So I think we saw a bit of a lock up there, but yeah, Simpson remains P8, but he's lost time to Kulasek 1.6 seconds. So yeah, and but it's good news for Miran Evji because now Kulasek is also 1.6, 1.3 now ahead of Kulasek. And actually, I was talking about how Blake Moore seemed to have a P2 secured. Rahul Patel is only 4/10 off Blake Moore. So I think Moore must have made a mistake somewhere. But if Rahul Patel gets a P2, what a result that's going to be for this man. Because, I mean, P2 in a Renault, that's going to be incredible. We've got about 5 laps remaining of this exciting Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And yeah, it's certainly been a thriller, and what a way it's going to be to cap off the 2017 ACOC season. As I think Rahul Patel's actually closed the gap on Blake Moore. As we can see, yeah, Moore is about 5/10 ahead of Patel at the moment. I think he upped that gap by a tenth. It was 4/10 at one point, now it's 5. But we're going to see if Rahul can close that gap down. He's 3 seconds clear of Dennis Groff, so he doesn't have anyone to defend from. So it's all about... so what Rahul has to do is just a push to get past Blake Moore. Gap's about 4/10. If he gets that gap down a bit more, he's going to be able to overtake Blake for P2, as Courtney Simpson, surprisingly, is the fastest lap. A 1:44.8, but he's still 9/10 behind Wojtek Kulasek. As we can see there from the onboard of Kulasek, he's about 5/10 off Miran Evji at the moment. Evji is trying to catch up to Franco Gamba, who seems to be struggling a bit. So we're gonna see if he can get the move done. Yeah, running out of words. We're gonna see if Evji can get the move done, but he's too far away at the moment to strike a move. Same goes for Rahul Patel. He actually does a bit of a look there, but yeah, he doesn't try the move. But he still follows closely by Blake Moore. He's in the slipstream of him, but he's not yet again not close enough to make a move. So yeah, who would have thought this, huh? Battle for P2 between Blake Moore and Rahul Patel. That is certainly a sight to see. But I think Patel's lost a bit of time actually. That gap's up to 8/10, so I think he made a small error somewhere. But yeah, there's still 3 laps remaining for Patel to be able to hunt down Blake Moore. As Courtney Simpson is catching up to Wojtek Kulasek. He's been a bit back on the pace now, so yeah. As there in the background, you can just see Dennis Groff. He's caught up a bit to Rahul Patel, but not enough to... he's far away from making a move, actually. But Rahul is definitely within striking distance of Blake Moore. I don't think he's going to try it. You don't try and move into these corners. So he just wants to follow him closely by. As Franco Gamba, 3.1 between him and Dennis Groff. There's actually a move. That is Courtney Simpson overtaking Wojtek Kulasek, or at least trying to into the hairpin. As no, that move seems to have been unsuccessful. But he's still behind Kulasek for P7. As I think, no, there's Kulisek. He's gonna try to mirror an FG. I think he's gotten the move done actually, and no, he hasn't. FG remains in P6. Kulisek gonna have the better exit though on FG. He's gonna be able to get it, get the Ferrari driver on P6. He's gonna go to the inside. It's a very late move from the Czech driver, but he hasn't been able to complete it. That's secured a P6 for FG because now Kulisek has lost time, and Simpson has been able to close the gap there. As look at that, Dennis Groff has somehow closed the gap from 3 seconds to about 6/10 of a second. So that's impressive stuff from Dennis Groff. Really shows his skill there. But Rail Patel is still putting the pressure on Blake Moore. Dennis Groff is putting the pressure on Rail Patel. So we're gonna see. We have a 3-way battle for P2 at the moment. So it's anyone's game at the moment for that P2. And yeah, I must be wondering how it must feel for Jesper Johansson at the moment. Everyone's just kind of dueling for point positions, and Johansson sitting there, 24-second lead. I don't even know if he's aware of what's going on. There he is. As here is Blake Moore, and there's Jesper Johansson. I think with a drive like this, that's definitely going to confirm him for 2018. That's for sure. Here's Blake Moore. He's still under pressure from Rail Patel. Patel's not had the opportunity to make a move yet. He's not been able to close down the gaps at the moment. Yeah, I think Lewis McIntyre has fallen back a bit. I think the two McLarens have just fallen back from the rest of the pack. Praratsky 8/10 off, and McIntyre 7/10 off his teammate. But Patel is still very, very close by, so expect an overtake, or at least an overtake attempt sometime soon. Patel just has to pressure more into making a mistake. As there's Lewis McIntyre closing in on Enis Praratsky, but he's not been able to make a move just yet. But we're now on lap 22 of 23, or we're at least going to start lap 22 of 23. For everyone that isn't named Jesper Johansson. So we've got 2 laps remaining. Rahal has to really try to put the pressure on Blake Moore if he wants that P2, but it's going to be very, very close between those two as they head through the first chicane now, or the second chicane, I think that is actually, yeah. Seriously, McIntyre has actually closed the gap a bit on Enis Praratsky's teammate. As we see there from the rearview mirror of Blake Moore, we see that yellow and black Renault of Rahul Patel. Not close enough to make a move just yet as they head through the chicanes now. Dennis Groff is still closely following by, but the gaps seem to have spread apart a tiny bit at the moment, so we don't know where everyone is gonna end up. And I think Rail Patel's yeah, apologies for that. And there is actually Wojtek Kulisek. He's closed the gap on Miran Evji. And so has Dennis Groff. Dennis Groff has closed the gap on Rail Patel. And Patel's, I think, yes, Patel has made a mistake because look at that gap, it's 1.1. So Rahal has made a mistake. Groff seems to have put him under pressure, but we're now on the final lap of this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, in the final lap of the 2017 ACOC season as a whole. So yeah, just take this in and enjoy it. Because yeah, this is the last time we'll be seeing these 2017 cars. Yeah, but Jesper Johansson What a result it's going to be for him. 12 races without a win, and he's going to secure probably the win of the season for him. And we're going to have Blake Moore, a brilliant P2, and Rahul Patel, an incredible race from him. As there's Lewis McIntyre, he's closing in on Ennis Prachki. But it's not enough to make a move. Courtney Simpson's closing in on Vojta Kulesic, but it's not going to be enough to make a move. We're going to watch Rahul Patel. He's not going to make a move just yet. But we're going to watch this man, Jesper Johansson from Sweden, the super Swede. Last win was in the Nürburgring, but he's going to take another win. Win number 3 is on for Jesper Johansson. He's a winner once again in the ACOC. Jesper Johansson wins the final race in the ACOC 2017 season. And what a way to end off the season for Jesper Johansson. Blake Moore's going to come home second, but we don't know actually yet, because Rahul Patel is still putting the pressure on him, but I think Moore has it actually. So he's going to cross the line, and Blake Moore is going to come home a brilliant P2, and Rahul Patel, a first podium for him in the ACOC, comes home P3. What a race. And that is the end of the ACOC and the end of the ACOC 2017 season. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a very, very exciting race. But let's go through the final results. So out of all the finishers, Jesper Johansson, a win number 3. The final win of the season for him, and what a dominant drive that was. 27 seconds clear of the man in P2, Blake Moore. That was a really, really good result for him. And then Rahul Patel, a first podium for him as well in P3. World champion Graf comes home in P4. Then it's Franco Gamba, then Miran Evji, Vojta Kulesic, Courtney Simpson with the fastest lap, Ennis Parachki, and then Lewis McIntyre. But that is it for the ACOC 2017 season and ACOC just 2017 as a whole. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for sticking with us through this 2017 season. It's been a wild ride since we started this, since the inception of the series back in July, and it's been such an honor commentating for the 2017 season. All the races, all the drivers, all the hosts. Special thanks to Rowan for hosting this. Special thanks to Alfred Klaus, my good friend Eric, and obviously Turtle, who's commentating now. He's done a great job of carrying this OC to where it is now, and without the host we wouldn't be anywhere. And thank you to the drivers, thanks to the commentators, and most important of all, thanks to you for watching and sticking with us through the entire season. But yes, this is it for the ACOC 2017 season. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you when the ACOC returns for the